Alright gang, today I'm out here doing some repairs on the boat and some upgrading on the boat. First up is to finally replace this really crappy fuse that came with the yak power that GatorTail installed. I've had to replace this thing twice, and as you can see, it's actually overheating. It's melting the connector before the fuse blows. You can see right there, it's just heating up all around it, melting. This material is just crap. So I'm gonna replace this today with a waterproof permanent fuse. So basically I'm gonna tie this in, I'm gonna mount it to the boat here, and then it'll be auto pop so that if it does blow underway, especially at night, I'll still have my headlights. I can come in here and pop it and then, you know, lower the power, figure out what's going on, and then lower the, you know, move out. I don't know why this thing is burning up down here, because it's not even close to the load it should be. The fuse isn't burning, the connector is melting before the fuse burns, which is really crazy. So we're gonna get to that today, okay? So I got these connectors here. These are heat shrink connectors, and I think I'm gonna use a blue one, maybe a blue small. First thing I'll do is make sure it fits on the post. It's kind of tight. Let me try a blue medium. Yeah, that's better. So we're gonna use a blue medium, which is kind of the meat, you know, that comes in. The yellows are the biggest, the pinks are the smallest, and then you got the blues, which should fit this gauge of wire. And what you do is you just stick it in there, and then they have these tools, crimping tools, and you can see they correspond with the yellow, blue, and red, or pink in this case. You line it up with the blue one, because that's the one that's what it's sized for. And it crimps it down. And then these ones have heat shrink. So we'll go ahead and speed this up for you. There you go, you got a nice water resistant, corrosion resistant connection. I'll do the other one and get back to you. Forgot, I'm actually not gonna mount it here. I'm gonna mount it up here. This is the mounting plate, that's actually the boat. So we're gonna put this up here. So I did have to add extra wire, and I used one of these heat shrink with solder connectors on here. I think I really like these. They create a waterproof, assured connection, and unfortunately the only 14 gauge flexible wire that I had was black, so we'll end up taping this red later, just to make sure anybody that comes and owns the boat after me will know that this is a hotline. So we'll go ahead and get the connectors. The other connector, I have one connected on. We'll put the other one on, and then I'm gonna attach this and get them all screwed in, and I'll show you what it's like when I'm done. And for you guys, just so you know, I'm gonna use self-tapping screws to get it right up in here with a little bit of Loctite. So this is what it looks like mounted, and you can't really see it, but written on there, this is the battery side, and this is the auxiliary side. I put the battery side away from the actual battery, which is counterintuitive, but really what I wanted is I wanted this button higher up and away from accidentally getting hit, so it doesn't automatically, trip it by mistake. And as you can see, I now have lights that work in here. Worked out pretty good. We'll test if we test the fuse, it pops right away, and then of course we got to turn it on, and when we do that we have to wait for the system to sync again. And there you go. So not too bad. Now I know at least if it does pop, I can get some emergency power, turn everything off, and work off the headlights, because nothing worse than losing all your lights when you're underway at 3 in the morning. Alright, so the second thing I'm going to do on my boat real quick is I'm just going to put some bungees on the springs. If you saw my previous email, which is attached, I'm going to bungee up the springs real quick, and then I'm going to take care of the camouflage being missing on the outside. So let's get to it. So I got these little small bungees, right, and I'm trying out to see if they're going to replace this broken spring. So I got one sitting here. You can't really see it, but it does help. It goes up a lot easier now with this spring pulling this back arm, or with the bungee pulling this back arm in. I'm not super happy with it. I wish it had more. I think I need more bungee or more elastic bungee to it, or maybe just look at getting springs. But for now, I've got 2 bad springs, and I'm gonna try it with the 2 bungees. I'll check it out. I'll try it out for a couple trips and let you know. Yeah, so what I have is a couple cans of camouflage spray paint, 1 brown, 1 green, and we're just gonna break up this silhouette a little bit, because as you can see, it's kind of brown, or a really bright tan. In the daytime, in the sunlight, that thing's gonna shine really brightly. Now, like I said in my video linked with this short, I brush up my blind normally with natural habitat, but let's go ahead and cover all the bases. So I'm gonna do a little spray painting here. Alright, so I got a couple pieces of spray paint. Let's get this spraying. What do you think? I think that'll work. I'm gonna empty these cans out on the other side, and I'll come back when I'm done. All right, so this is the finished product. I think it came out pretty good. A lot better. I like it a lot better than that bright tan after all the camouflage came off. And like I said, if you want to know about the camouflage, just hit the link that's attached to this short, and it'll take you right to it. Until then, we're getting ready for the water. What are you doing to get ready for duck season? Comment below, link, subscribe. Talk to you later.